come on, Artie, let's go party, baby. I think if you're a Vancouver Canucks fan like me, you probably have not lived down that win last night. Like, we never make the post-game day videos, but this has just been such an incredible buzz that I don't think it's gonna go away at least until the start of Game 2, which is gonna happen tomorrow. This city has been taken over, and it's because of things like these. The Vancouver Canucks had themselves the win last night, and in the process, you had Arturs Silovs becoming the first rookie goalie in franchise history to earn 3 postseason wins. And the thing is, this number, 3, could very well get a little bit higher as the series chugs along. If Thatcher Demko doesn't return for Game 5, Game 6, Game 7, if there is one, then it may be Arturs Silovs' opportunity to get that number a little bit up there. Who really knows? I think at this point, with the Canucks' commitment to Silovs, this is his net to lose. It's not going to be Casey DeSmith's time anytime soon. Arturs Silovs will probably get Game 2. If he's shaky there, if he has a bad game, if he loses in Game 2, I think at that point, you start to think about putting DeSmith in for Game 3. But for now, Artie party. It's continuing, baby. And what I also wanted to do in this video was go over a whole bunch of other things that revolve around last night's game, some other stats, some other numbers, some other extra thoughts, because this Canucks team is putting on a show, and I think a lot of us did not expect this at all. Lachlan Irving went out there and tweeted that last night's Canucks highlights are currently the #1 trending YouTube video in Canada, so that's pretty nifty. You could see here, he has the screenshot, 417,000 views in 15 hours. Everybody is eating up the Canucks and the Oilers. Even the Pat McAfee show went out there and had a quick segment talking about the Vancouver Canucks. Then you had yourselves the tweet made of the video. This was going viral too. This got 1 million views. Rick Tocchet celebrating the win on the bench. He goes out there and quickly high-fives the fans afterwards. It is such a great moment. Let's play it in 0.25 speed, just so it's a lot more easy to see there. There you go, eh? Talk, high-five, and the fans. And as the replies go out there and say, yeah, no, that's the Talk Father. Look at that, eh? Marlon Brando or Rick Tocchet? I gotta save that. I want to use that for a thumbnail one day. Big shout out over to Copper for tweeting this out here. But speaking about tweets, you had yourselves another few stats that popped up over the next few hours here. The Oilers had 6 shots over the final 2 periods. Give the Canucks some credit, they did something very, very well. In the last 21 minutes of the Canucks getting the 4 goals, the Oilers had 0 shots on goal. The Oilers literally went an entire period's worth of time without a shot. And that's not really a testament to like, oh, these guys are trash or whatever. It's just a testament to how the game was played. The Oilers had some shot attempts, but Ryan Nugent-Hopkins hit the post, the Canucks were blocking things. As Elliotte Friedman said, because the Canucks had to play such a disciplined and technical style of hockey against Nashville, it really helped them heading into this series against Edmonton, who does not play as precisely with their defensive strategy, and instead prefers to play with more speed and open pockets of space, that in which the Vancouver Canucks exploited last night. You also had yourselves these other stats popping out there. The Canucks record versus the Oilers this season, they are 5-0-0, 26 goals for, 11 against, 35% power play, that kind of sucked last night, not gonna lie, and 3 comeback wins. And then there's Connor Garland right there, baby. Look at the celly on that goal. Some of the photography and videography from yesterday's game as well was just absolutely astounding. Like, I cannot stress how good the video crew has been for this entire thing here. There is another video on the subreddit, actually. This was Leon Draisaitl with 2:09 to go, face-off in the Canucks zone, and the fans are behind him. They're cheering their heads off. This is kind of what playoff hockey is about, baby. Take a look at that energy. Now, speaking about the playoffs, I mean, Connor McDavid, he's going out there. He had 0 shots on goal in this game. You can pinpoint the second where his heart rips in half. I want to use that for the thumbnail. That is such a beautiful picture. What an amazing, amazing picture of Connor McDavid. Of course, it's just a screenshot from the post-game interview. But yeah, no, that's not a happy captain right there. The Oilers, I'm not going to say that they're not going to have any shots like they did in Game 1 for the rest of the series. If anything, they'll probably go out there and be better. But for now, Canucks fans, we have ourselves a game to revel in because that result was just absolutely brilliant. And speaking about the Canucks, this is what their team locker room dynamic seems to have been after that game. The locker room at the start of the first round was jovial and it looked like they were enjoying the moment. The locker room at the start of the second round is laser focused and dialed in. There is very little reveling in a massive come-from-behind win. This team means business. And that's part of the thing as well. I can't find the tweet right now, but there was the post-game press conference with Dakota Joshua and Quinn Hughes and a picture going around of that scene because those two guys, Dakota Joshua with 3 points, Quinn Hughes, captain of the team, they didn't look like they won at all. They were just there. They looked kind of like McDavid in this press conference here. They played the game, they took in the moment, but then during the post-game presser, they just, hey, poker face. They don't look like they're winning or anything. They just look very, very neutral. And that was part of the attitude shift, I think, that has been put upon with Rick Tocchet and this team. Very little reveling and a massive come-from-behind win. This team is dialed in, and that is scary. Now, one last thing I wanted to talk about in this video before we ended it off. Tonight's yesterday's 5-4 win versus the Oilers marks just the second time in Vancouver Canucks history where they've won a Stanley Cup playoff game when trailing by 3 goals. The only other time was on May 24th, 1994, the 4-3 double overtime victory against Toronto in Game 5 of the Campbell Conference Finals. That was the Greg Adams goal. And the picture side by side, baby, that is some great piece of Canucks trivia because the last time this team has done this, a 3-goal deficit comeback, was when they went to the gosh darn Stanley Cup Finals, 1994. And the weird part about that is, if you take a look at this tweet, the Canucks won after a 3-goal comeback in the playoffs tonight. The only other time they did that in 1994. If you scroll down here, you'll find yourselves this. I don't like where this is going because the New York Rangers on the other side of the pond. The pond? No, the continent, excuse me. They have started their playoffs 6-0. The only other time they've done that was 1994. So Vancouver, record since 94. New York, record since 94. Who did these teams play off against? Well, of course, they played off against each other. Mark Messier guaranteed to win against New Jersey. They made the finals, and then they bullied Trevor Linden, and the Rangers ended up taking it in 7 games against that Canucks team. Also, just the dynamic of that. Thinking about it, the Rangers this year were the President's Trophy winners. Everybody's saying they're one of the top favorites to win. They've been dominant in this postseason so far. And the Vancouver Canucks are kind of, dare I say, underdogs? I mean, the Canucks were second in the Western Conference once the playoffs began, but everybody was kind of writing them off. Even in the first round, everybody was like, oh, Nashville could give the upset. I saw way too many Nashville over Vancouver series predictions and brackets, and then in the second round it was like, yeah, no, the Canucks are going to get smoked by the Oilers. The Oilers' firepower is so much better than Nashville, and then guess what? What happened? The Canucks came from behind and pulled a victory from the jaws of defeat. I'm not going to say that that's going to happen every single game. The Canucks could lose this series in 5 for all I care, but for right now, what we're thinking about, there's a lot going on that spells good things for this Vancouver team, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about Arturs Silovs, about the Canucks' popularity, about Rick Tocchet going out there celebrating the Talkfather, the Canucks and their shot suppression, the cinematography, everything in between, Connor Garland scoring the goal, the Canucks' record against the Oilers, Connor McDavid, and of course the 1994 records. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below about everything in between. I hope you enjoyed this video, 99, and bye.